All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're doing port wine with mushroom sauce chicken. Delicious. We're going to start off with one small package of dehydrated porcini mushrooms. Put them into a bowl, and we're going to cover them with port wine. Make sure you use a good port wine. If you don't drink it, then you don't cook with it. Let those hydrate up again. Meanwhile, I've got some white button mushrooms that I've cleaned, and I'm going to cut those into nice thick slices, and we'll set those to the side. Get out your big frying pan, hit it with either some olive oil or avocado oil, whatever you desire. Bring it up to heat, about medium. Put a little knob of butter in there. And once it's up to heat, we're going to add our mushrooms. We're going to cook these mushrooms until they're just about starting to brown. We're going to hit them with a little bit of salt and pepper as well. And while those mushrooms are cooking, I've got a few boneless, skinless chicken cutlets that I'm going to dredge into some flour. Make sure they're lightly coated. You don't want it heavily coated with the flour. So just shake off the excess. And once I have all these cutlets coated nicely in the flour, we're going to go and remove the mushrooms from the pan. And we'll set those mushrooms aside until we need those in a little bit. Now we got the mushrooms out. We're going to add a little bit more oil to our pan. Let that oil heat up, and then we're going to start to cook our chicken. So we'll get all our pieces in the frying pan, and we'll lightly salt and pepper the chicken. And while I'm doing that, if I could remind you to please like, share, subscribe, leave a comment if you can. It really helps. I appreciate it very much. So these are pretty thin slices of chicken, these cutlets. So they're going to cook about 3 to 4 minutes per side. So once we have them coated with the salt and pepper, we're going to flip them over. Let them go for another 3 or 4 minutes. While that's cooking, we're going to our mushrooms that we had hydrating in the port wine, and we're going to squeeze out any excess wine out of those mushrooms and put them in the bowl with the button mushrooms. I've got a quarter onion that I've diced up. I'm going to put that into the pan with the chicken. And now it's time to remove the chicken. And we're going to put it into some foil and wrap it up nice and tight to keep it warm while we work on our sauce. All right. So we've got our onions sauteing. Now we're going to add about 3 to 4 cloves of garlic. I like to use the paste, but you can use minced or whatever you have. And we're going to cook that up. And as soon as we get that fragrant smell of the garlic, it's time to add the port wine into the pan. Use that to deglaze the pan. Then we'll add about a quarter cup of chicken stock. And you let that simmer for a little bit. Put our mushrooms back in. And let that cook down a little bit longer. Then we're going to add our chicken back into the sauce with the port wine. Let it finish cooking for about another 5 minutes. Now the chicken is done. We'll remove it from the pan. And now we're going to add about a half a cup of cream. And this is what we're going to use to thicken our sauce. So we'll give that a mix. And we'll just let the heat from the pan and the cream start to thicken. Take about 3 to 4 minutes. And once we get to the thickness that we desire, then it's time to plate. Alright, we're nice and thick. We'll take a couple slices of chicken, put that on our plate. Spoon on some of that mushroom sauce. And that's it. You've got a delicious, flavorful port wine mushroom sauce chicken dish. It is outstanding. Anyways, thanks for watching. Come back often and hit that bell to stay up to date on the newest recipes. Alright, see you soon.